push coming up banana. Gonna be down to Zedco. And Frozen, and Frozen's the man that normally we watch with this team, but he is gone within seconds. Zedco is going to be the one to start looking for more. The bomb's going to be planted. Nothing he can do about that, but he can at least do damage in the meantime. Cyclone to trade it back into a 3 versus 3. As now the retake looks to come in. Now the kit's still on Monty. CZ on Devil. I'm always questionable about the CZ in pistol rounds because one shot to the head anyway with a USP, so it sort of doesn't really benefit too much in these situations. We see if he can spray down anybody with a couple of bullets. Cyclone again doing well. Monty looking for the bomb. Can't quite find it, but it's going to be on to Cyclone. He's on for the ace, but NATO will have to steal it away to make sure the round is saved. But Team123 will take the piss. I don't... Okay. Brits, I will take. But I don't think there's any sort of, like, stereotype of bold Brits. Well, I am bold. I am British. But I think sarcasm's just a British thing. I don't think you need to lose your hair to be sarcastic. Although, maybe it helps because you have to learn to take the insults. Or just, again, just cry yourself to sleep every night. Either one of those. I do one of those, of course. You know? Definitely don't, you know, cry. I'm kidding. UMPs. They're still here. We've got to get used to them. It looks like they're not going anywhere. My name is Tom. Or Tombiz. Or you can type !caster #sellout. We've got the T's. Making their way up middle. It is the full force. There's no saving here for the CT side. Not keeping everything going for that AWP. NATO. Nice headshot to start things off. If you bought your dad... Like, if somebody bought me the program and a Spurs kit, I would be more than happy. Who do you think will win this match? It's actually really difficult to tell because, like, from results, you look at eXtatus, but from what I've seen yesterday, they weren't very impressive at all. Whereas Team123, it took them a bit of a while to get going, but they seemed a lot better towards the end of yesterday. So, if I'm honest with you, I have absolutely no idea, and the pistols seem to be working. Look at the amount of damage that's been done. The remaining 2 players very low. Monty will get dinked up. The bomb, at least, will be planted. Nothing the CTs can do about that. We'll see. A lot of damage now done onto all the players. The pistols could actually kill either one of these in just one shot. But NATO's still going to be alive and kicking. Monty will spot one. He doesn't have a huge amount of time to play with, but he does have 3 kills. He's looking for the 4th as well, and will get it. Monty converts. The first round, he doesn't have a kit, but he will be able to defuse it in time. Yeah, I do think pistols are a little bit cheaper. I think, like, you can either... Like, I know that Launders came up with quite a good idea, just a sort of movement speed with them, but I suppose if you're going for realism, that wouldn't really help. I think just at least reduce the kill reward. So then if you force into these rounds, you're punished. You don't get 300 per kill and all that. Like, you get nothing. Like $50 or $100, like with the CZ. Either way, that's just my opinion. Like, Devil with a little bit of a slowdown. What's going on there? Hoping that's not my side of things. Doesn't look like he's lagging though, so that's a bit peculiar. You just use your realism. Yeah, but like if you talk about running, like you're going to be able to run with a pistol in your hand. That's what I'm talking about. Well, the AWP still doesn't give you very much in terms of money. Either way, push onto the site. Monty continuing his reign of terror from the last round as he nails 3 of these Team123. Luckily, they don't have a 4 because he's going to be the 4 in this round with 4 kills. Well, although it doesn't look like they fully invested into that situation, there was a lot bought down, so not going to have too much to play with in this round. Just a couple of P250s. No one asked for your opinion. Well, you are correct, but at the same time, nobody asked for yours. Feel free to click the mute button, and I'll see you later. NATO looking for the Deagle kill. The only person really with too much invested in this round. Still got 2,600 ready for the next. Now, without a kill or two, he won't be able to afford the AWP. So he's looking to at least catch something. Although, T-side Inferno, you don't really need to invest into that AWP. I don't think it's necessary at all, unless you're trying to counter an AWPer, or unless things really aren't working. Nice position as well, but Zeko actually going to be caught. Frozen there to back him up, however, and although the range may have been nerfed on this SMG, it still outweighs a lot of the pistols, or at least the possibility. Frozen going to be flashed in. Actually going to switch over to the USP, so maybe he does believe in the nerf. Well, it's going to be cell rate to catch one out. Although only a couple of players lost won't be too much of a problem. Which team picked this map? This was picked by eXtatus. The second map will be Train, and that has been picked by 123. And then the final map left over will be Overpass. How do you know I'm a mudblood? I could be a wizard. If I was a wizard, how would you know? Didn't see that coming, did you? Aggressive push up middle from the T side. The problem is, a lot of the rounds that you see teams win on a map like Inferno comes down to economy for the CT side. There's just so much of a possibility to slow down these pushes with deep smokes, Molotovs, and it leaves the teams with very little time. A lot of the time it takes a well-practiced team to actually break open these sites. I like this sort of little bait and switch as well being played by the CT side. It's not going to last very long, but I think they've given away the angle of Questone so that the Ts now think there's somebody on the right and they're less likely to check what's on the left. So it's all just sort of mind games. Now, a lot of teams, although this has been a position for a long, long time in the previous map as well, a lot of people will forget this spot. No idea why. We'll see if the Ts will fall prey. And actually, we've seen a little bit too much aggression, I feel, from Zedko. He goes for an information play, spots out a player, but he was actually, at the time, the lone player anywhere near the B site. So, a little bit interesting that he will go for that. And instead, it's actually forced the rotation of this T side. And the CTs haven't read into this at all. Instead, they've left Frozen set up with the AWP, but he's not going to connect the shots. So, he will have to fall back. Take his position back towards the site. The thing is, though, there's only 20 seconds coming up on the clock, so there's an awful lot for these Ts to do and very little time for them to do it. They've got to clear out this AWPer, but the smoke will do just that. The spray through is going to do a little bit of damage, but not anything too hefty. The bomb will be going down with just 10 seconds to spare, although Frozen's trying his very best to deny it. Now we wait to see how the CTs are actually going to go to retaking this one. There is no utility left for the Ts. No more smokes, no more Molotovs, nothing to slow things down. It's going to purely be on their aim. Flashbang's all that remains for the CT side, so they're in a similar position, and to actually blind anyone from these corners is going to be difficult. Cellrate peeks out, finds one. Frozen just shoots his teammate in the back, but it's worth it to get that kill, as he will be able to find one for himself. But now Cyclone, looking for his third, will go down to Frozen, who's now the only one left alive, but the bomb is ticking far too fast. Basso, not even going to bother taking the pick. He'll run for the hills. It will actually be the death of the CT AWPer as well, which is definitely going to be problematic going forward. I do actually agree, just to point out, I agree perfectly with Frozen's decision there. It looks ridiculous to shoot through your teammate to kill someone, but the chances are if he doesn't take that shot, then the person peeking gets a double kill, so you sort of have to weigh it up. However, the Basso spot there, the only thing with Basso not peeking at all at the end is he doesn't know that Frozen hasn't just held that defuse, so it really does, like, that goes into a 50-50 chance for him not to peek there, and if anything, that was the only way that they could have won. Starting things off, though. Quick trade. Further aggression out from the CT side. Not going to be helping them at all. They will lose one more to Rezex. He's looking to get their third round on the board and reset their opponents. The CTs looking for a similar case as if they break this round. If they win this round, they will break the economy of either side. So it's crucial for a strong start. Team123. On what I would consider the less favoured side. I do think there's an argument for both, but normally you see the poorer CT sides as the ones losing heavy rounds. That's all it really is. I think the CT side still comes down a lot to utility and holding players back till later in the round. Molotov will go out, push him from NATO. The smoke actually blinding the person in pit, not allowing them to really see anything. And it means Devil is in a bit of a predicament, but just holding back, playing for the retake. Although, interestingly, Zedco just not rotating at all, just really taking his time. And that allows, in terms of positioning, the T so much of an opportunity. Devil now with the only real chance to find anything in this round. And the fact is, even getting out of here is going to be very difficult. Zedco finally gets there, but, well, he's going to get taken down as well from sight for its aggressive spot. And Devil, I don't think there's any way he gets out of this round. Dies. Will fall to the hands of the T's, who may be able to retrieve his rifle as well and reset eXtatus completely. Ooh, we got a couple of Mac Daddies. Cell rate Resex looking to make themselves some cash. AKs will be up on the rest of the team. Got a bit of a nade stacking towards middle, attempting to do a little bit of extra damage. Not over-investing, though, the CT side. They want to make sure that they can buy in the next round. How did I become a caster? esportsjobs.com. Found a Lithuanian company and just casted every single thing I could. Pretty much it. Just, even MM. I said this yesterday as well, that one of the first people I ever casted was a matchmaking game. This guy. Seems like I've come quite far. But he actually gave me some feedback, so I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of NATO. And I've met him in Copenhagen since then, and he is a lovely guy, so hope he does well this game. Not biased at all. Cell rate Resex cleaning up these trusty USPs. And well, they're looking to just take a gun away from this. Even an extra $300, although it's very minute, it can make a big difference in terms of utility. Where am I from? Starladdie. I like that. They should change it to Starladdie. I am from the UK. Just outside London, but technically in Essex. Although, in case you haven't told by my voice, I sound nothing like the guys on the show The Only Way is Essex. And I take great offense to be compared to them in any way, shape, or form. And I definitely don't have the hair. I was actually told that. I was told that at university once. Someone thought I was lying when I said I was from Essex because I didn't have the voice and I didn't have the hair. And I just looked at her and went, thanks. Lovely. Either way. CT side, they've got their buy back. Still 2 Mac 10s. Now, this is interesting. 3 players without head armor, so they can be deadly at range. Not at range, at close range. But we'll see if they can actually pull anything off. There you go, Resex and Silry. The double Mac Daddy's doing all of the damage at the moment. Make it another for Resex as he farms up cash and even gets a free M4. That is a huge upgrade from the 1050 SMG to the 3100 M4 silenced. NATO. Sneaky position. Got aggressive. Leaves just Zedco left. Not really anything he can hope to achieve in this round either, which sort of leaves them in a problematic scenario. As said, I expected more on the CT side from these teams, but thus far, haven't really seen too much at all. Zedco will at least get one on the exit. Looking to pick up the AK as well. Will be spotted out as they try to clear him from this round. Obviously, the T's making a nice bit of money will help them out in terms of these exit frags, but as long as they keep sort of 3 players alive, that's the most important thing, as they'll continue to make cash. CT side, not going to be buying into the next round. They'd have to be nuts. Although, if you dropped a rifle and bought a few SMGs, it could be possible. Just going into the next round, playing it safe, and the most important thing as well is that, okay, say you win a cheesy round. You have to continue off of it. And if you sort of set yourself up to like force here and win a round, the chances are you'll take heavy losses and set yourself up to fail later on. So if you go for the sort of bigger buys in the necks, reduce the amount of losses you have all that utility as well, you're much more likely to sort of string a few rounds together. Only pistols invested this round, but I say only as the first 2 kills go the way. Make that 3 and 4 for the CT side. They've somehow pulled a round out of nothing, even when they didn't invest. NATO, 1 versus 5, starts with 2. He has the bomb. There's nobody on B. Now, he doesn't know this. There's no way he can know this. Unless he has a certain program that is not allowed. And they've actually rotated players off. This does actually give him a better chance. 3 players, all low. Thing from NATO's perspective is, though, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that they're split. He doesn't know that they don't have the HP to fight him. He's hoping that somebody comes aggressive. That's why he's playing so passively. But instead, they've fallen back to the sites. They've made this smart decision. Just stay on the sites. Monty actually going to be alone. Now, the position of Questone is pretty much just rotational. He's sitting in a spot where he can get to both sites quickly. And actually, he's going to start edging his way back towards B. May even be able to catch NATO on the cross, although he does have a smoke, which will go down. 10 seconds. Just going to fake out the plant, hoping that somebody will come pushing. Spots the first player, but he's just run out of time. He has to go straight for this plant. Baits them in, but there's nothing he can do in this situation. The eco round will come in for eXtatus. A lot of damage going to be done to the T's in terms of economy, but they will still have a comfortable rebuy. Double AWP setup actually thrown in for eXtatus on the CT side. Now, it can work. The problem is there's so many places where you can go aggressive. I'm not a huge fan of reducing your utility like this, because it means in terms of deep smokes, deep early utility, it limits you. And actually, we're going to see an aggressive push. Devil will be able to find one with the AWP after the initial engagement, giving them a man advantage. T's. Now, they've spotted an AWP over on that A side of the map. So if they rotate back towards B, they will not be expecting one to be here, and it could definitely catch them off guard. Looking at Zedco. Again, alone on the site. He still has a Molotov to play with, but there's so much time that I don't think he'd be wanting to waste this just yet. The main idea will be if he spots someone, he now throws this out and tries to deny them pushing him, which is exactly what he would do. They're going to have to go running, but they can get round it now. The push in from Rezex gets that first kill, leaving an isolated Zedco to try and defend this B site while the rotation comes in. If he could just stay alive, this will probably be more valuable than if he even just takes one. But instead, Devil from range will be able to get one. There's a gap in the smoke. Mistakes made by Team123, and this opens up space for Zedco to do the extra damage. NATO left alone. 1 versus 2, but Devil will take him down. 3 kills for him on the AWP. Second one not going to be saved, but they could actually buy another if they want it, although it doesn't look like they're going to. Just straight rifles along with that 1 AWP. Force up will come in for Team123, but this is not the best buy. They still have a decent amount of utility, and actually they do have rifles across the board. I thought they were going to have one short just based off Basso only buying a Tech 9, but instead, extra cash to spare. This is going to be aggressive from Frozen, this time without the AWP. Molotov will be bounced down, and actually they're throwing in an awful lot of utility to slow this early push. Gotta be careful though. They're gonna be completely blind. And somehow Zedco gets away with one there. Frozen gonna be tagged very low, and NATO actually gonna double spray down, giving them that B site completely. Devil trying to stop them as they rotate, gonna throw down the Molotov, but they're just gonna go straight through it. They know they have the site. There's also a flank in the form of Rezex as well. Already, Devil looking to try and find something through the box, through the tombs. Monty Actually going to wait for that smoke to fade. They now have a better opportunity. They're going to smoke off the player back towards the corner, but Nate's still going. Third kill for him in the round. There comes Rezix as well. The flank finally comes in. And you have to remember the CT side, they haven't won any of these rounds cleanly. So problems are going to arise again. And Devil just trapped. To get out of there, he has to get this kill onto Rezix. He needs this one to just be able to fade away. And it's not going to happen. Basso will finish things off. 6th round on the board for Team123. And now, well, money is screwed again. Yeah, Batty, my camera work is not the best. I'll give you that one. Not really my forte. I've never worked as an observer, but I'll give it a go. I'll give it a damn good try. Who is the main ult for Team123? I think it's NATO. I'm pretty sure it's NATO. And then on the other side, well, it seems to switch between Devil and Frozen whenever Frozen fancies picking it up, but either way in this round, it's going to be neither of them. Going to invest into pistols. Monty getting tagged awfully low through the smoke. They're actually going to boost a player over. Molotov put out by the smoke as well. I love how you actually see the flames spread onto the rest of the floor and just go out. Logic. Look at this position from Frozen, though. Spamming away with the P250. He can't quite finish anybody off, and on the other side of the map, it's going to be down to Monty. Gets one. Nice shot from him, but can't quite convert anything else. Leaving it on to Zedco. Trying to spot somebody. Boosted up. Actually hits the shot through the smoke. Probably won't be able to know that for sure. May just look to keep the scout into the next round. They're not really going to have too much money to invest. It's quite interesting the buy they've gone for, because Questone has completely invested. And then the rest of the team have bought down to, well, other than Frozen, around 2k. Which you'd expect to have a buy in the next round. But based off what Questone has done, that makes me think that they're actually going to eco again, which is quite intriguing. If you look at it, it's, well, it's sort of like they've left it in a mixed situation where some of them can buy and Questone can't, so he's going to go for a UMP. I'm not a fan of this, especially when you look at the scoreline. 7-5 up, you lose this buy, and you almost guarantee 9 rounds for your opponent. Questionable stuff coming in from eXtatus. We'll see if they can make things work. NATO up close. Got a lot of players coming his way, but it doesn't seem to matter. He picks off 2. Gives them that man advantage. Questone able to trade 1 back. We'll retrieve an AK, so it means they've at least got 3 rifles in this situation. Other than that Mag 7. Monty brings it back to a 3-on-3. Much, much closer than this round probably should be going. Rezix up in apps as well. But they're split. The defense left in a horrible situation. Now they're trying to get into more aggressive angles over towards this A site rather than falling back to the site itself, just because they need some sort of information. But because of it, spotting no one over towards A early on has meant that they're actually going to go rotating away from the site. Though, look at the T's. They look hesitant themselves. Dalrate going to get up into the apps position. The only man here is going to be Monty. Now, he's done well so far, 14-7, top of the board, top of the whole game at the moment. He's got a lot of work to do, sat behind the smoke, and he will just get 1. Can he do anything more? No, he cannot, and that will mean the site is into the favor of the T side. They have to go and retrieve the bomb, which buys a little bit more time for the rotation of Devil. Questone was much further away. Now we'll see if they can actually retake this site. Not a lot of utility to do it, although Devil has just picked up a smoke, which could be used to throw onto the bomb. To try and find an opening here. Cellrate's position can actually be spotted from apps. Rezix just completely oblivious that anybody could come in from this angle, and Devil just cleans them both up in a matter of seconds. Not sure how neither of them even thought, even fathomed, that somebody could come in from apps. But it does mean that out of this sort of sketchy buy, eXtatus will arrive at the victory. 6-7. Building up a little bit of extra cash as well. But the T's are going to have no trouble rebuying into this round. Side now. As said, they've got to buy. Nato in this position. I don't know if the flames would have spread, but he's going to smoke himself off just to be sure. Zedco. Left in the corner up the top of Banana. T's actually playing, or CT, sorry, actually playing heavier over towards the B side at the moment. Does seem like the T's slightly more dedicated, although it is questionable having so many players over this side of the map. Clearly have a strong reliance on the two over towards A. And rightly so far. Monty's been doing very well for himself. 3 seconds left on the clock, and they do begin to take presence over towards Banana. The thing is, the CTs still have a little bit of utility to go. Molotov will stop the push. The pop flash enables the CTs to know that there's presence there. However, look at the rotation. Questone is actually going to start making his way back towards the A site. The read from him at the moment is completely wrong as the flash now comes in towards B. These players up close have to do a lot. Zedco gets one, trying to hold the angle, and he's doing very, very well at it. Finds himself two. Gives some time at least for this Molotov to be thrown in, but already we're going to see them cross over towards the site. The Molotov will be denied. And it is again going to be this retake. 15 seconds left. Yet to actually plant the bomb. Questone, if he can get there, may have a chance to actually deny this plant, but instead, it's actually going to be a Molotov that holds him back. Tries to spray through the glass to find something into this round, but at the moment at least, won't be able to get anything done. And see the T's just holding back, wasting time, forcing eXtatus to come pushing into the site. They'll spot the first, but Rezex with a double instantly gets two, but now Monty looking to do exactly the same, and he'll get all three. Wide peek from Cyclone gives him this round. And eXtatus, they are winning these by the skin of their teeth. But it's just about enough, evening the scoreline. Now we look at the T's economy. Of course, they're going to be buying. It's not going to be too bad. Deep banana control going to be taken by the CT side. Not really any challenge for it though, as we see most of the T's actually taking control of apps, looking to push out onto the site. We've got Devil in a little bit of a crossfire spot, but he's not going to be able to stop anything. And Questone to actually do the damage trades across the board with Cyclone holding his own. But they haven't actually found the man in pit yet, and this gives a lot of time for the rotations to come in from the remaining CT players. Nato, however, looking to try and hold them off as he catches Zedco as he rounds the corner. Frozen still trying to make his way forward as Questone just about avoids the nade. Nice shot from him to actually take Cyclone down, and Frozen with another onto Nato leaves it all on Rezex jumping out onto the site as he takes the duel. We'll bring it down to the 1 versus 1. Now, the last couple of these have gone the way of this CT side, and he's going to choose the wrong angle again. 8-7 half. eXtatus with some very close final rounds, but they at least managed to take the half. That's something as a minimum. Although, I feel like Team123, they've got to feel pretty confident. Like, I know that they've just lost the final 3, but you have to consider they've taken the site every single time. They go onto the stronger side of the map. If they can win the pistol, they'll have all the utility they desire. And if anything, they could have taken this half something like 10-5 if they just managed to get these final 3. Yeah, the thing that worries me a bit, though, for this eXtatus side is a lot of the rounds that we're coming, as some of you are saying in the chat, is actually Monty just stepping up big. And it is unusual for a player to have two, like, be good on both sides of the map in the same game. It just doesn't happen very often. You normally see a player fall off. We saw it earlier with Pride, where it was something like Manise had 17 kills in the first half, and within the first 5 or 6 rounds of the second, he had 1. It just happens. Players fall asleep, fall off, can't quite carry on. So he may have to hope that somebody else steps up. Frozen, perhaps. 5 and 12 at the moment. But they are in the lead. And if they can take this pistol, who knows? It's going to be the apps drop. 4 players on the A side at the moment for this CT side. They've taken the initiative. They've gambled a little bit. They're going to go jumping in. Nice shot from Frozen to start looking for more. It will just be trades at the moment with the CTs evening out the scoreline. But Frozen definitely seems to have woken up. Monty trying to take down NATO. Both players seemingly missing a lot of shots, and it's all going to be onto cell rate 1 versus 3, and Frozen with the quad. He started this half off with a bang. Yeah, if he's good on both, we'll report. Hello, Questone. That's a nice Bison you got there. He actually drops it. He's just like, Monty, you're playing well. Have a Bison. Go. Bison cam. Come on, Monty. I want to see some magic here. You're 20 and 9. I expect some big things. Not passive apps control. Come on. You can't play passive with a Bison. Got to be running and gunning. Have a break, have a Bison. I like it. Totally not stolen that from some other chocolate brand or something like that. Will be the B site where they begin to make their presence known. The problem is, though, the bomb's on the other side of the map, so you do have to start questioning whether they're actually going in this direction at all. Questone will be the one to hold it. They have got complete control of this top banana, though, and actually a nice entry from Frozen. Maybe he's not done in just that round. He's already taken the T pistol for himself. Now he's looking to take the follow-up rounds as well. Cell rate trying to shoulder peek his opponent, get some information, but also give that Deeg a chance. It's actually going to be Cyclone pushing in, and well, the Frozen will be denied, at least in this round. The T's, however, looking to rotate. Basso, he's another player who's needed to step up in this game, and he's going to get Bison if it couldn't get any worse. All left onto cell rate. He's got to be careful. Left with his knife out as well. Devil. Ending his life. Monty, he's going to keep the Bison. He knows. He knows the power that he currently holds. Bison has switched hands. Only the chosen one can hold it this round. It will be Zegco. He's going to lead the charge versus the naked CT side. And he's looking to strip them further of their pride as he attacks them with the Bison. However, the MAC-10 is what's doing all of the work. Triple kill now for Frozen as he wants these eco-frags. The Bison going to come, and Basso, 2 rounds in a row, will go down to the Bison. Bison versus Basso. The intense rematch. 2K17. Cyclone will be able to take one, but he also falls to the beautiful Bison. And Zegco will now leave it in the cold. I'm only gonna... yeah, there's only a commentary on the Bison in the eco rounds. I think there should be a highlight reel of Basso versus Bisons. It's even got the ring to it. It will only be 2 kills, but who knows? Maybe more. NATO. He's got his AWP in hand. Nade's going to be doing some early damage to him at least. Pronounce Bison. No. Sounds horrible. The Bisons. Sounds manly. If you call it a bison, it sounds like it's a type of butterfly. Here we have the spotted bison. Floating through the air. Seaside taking their time with this one, waiting for any sort of aggression. CT side just playing patiently, waiting back. Not really going for any sort of pushes at all. They're in fact just going to play the boost to the back of the site. Yeah, that was my attempt at Battenborough. Probably wasn't very good, but you had to listen to it, not me. Boost still in play. 30 seconds left, and the T's have frozen in time. Just waiting patiently. They don't even have the bomb. Like, what is going on? They've got 20 seconds. They've got to run back, get the bomb from underneath. What on earth is going on? Terrorists? Hello? I don't even think they have time. Or eXtatus, what are you doing? What on earth has just gone on here? You've had... And the award for the most questionable play of Counter-Strike history goes to eXtatus with the "we're gonna leave the bomb in the middle of nowhere" play. What? I genuinely, like, most of the time you can sort of, like, balance things. Okay, they were going for a late push. They planned to do this. I genuinely have no idea what that was. No idea. They're going to buy back, guys. They've got another buy, don't worry. They're still in the lead. They've given a nice little bit of money over towards that CT economy. Maybe it's all a play. You never know. To reset the economy. There you go. Silver lining, guys. It's all just an intense meta game attempting to reset their opponents without losing all their players. Ah. See? Genius. It's all planned. CT side get to use their boost again. Because nobody went into their push last time. They've got a little bit of a crossfire, and that smoke, I'm not sure who's thrown it, but it's not particularly good. Either way, Monty still, his reign of terror continues as he takes down Basso. This time not with a Bison, but it is still the fall of one of the players. The push in the meantime coming in as a little bit of a fake over towards B, trying to drag players back, but in the meantime they now have control of the A site. NATO needs to find someone on the cross, and both players will miss the shot, meaning they're going to be in big trouble. Cellrate, if he can find this kill on the player attempting to run away, he'll bring it back to a 2v2 and give his teammate a chance, and he will. So now, I think it's no choice for the CT side. They've got to try and take this one. The time has already been ticking. NATO going to be rounding the corner. Both players with an AWP about to go for the peak, and both with nades in hands. It's almost identical. They're in sync with each other. Lovely shot, though, from NATO. No scope or quick scope or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter, though, as Questone takes 3 down to finish off this round. eXtatus, they complete their amazing mind game strategy of intentionally lose a round and pull things back on the reset. The CT money is screwed, and eXtatus, they're moving forward. Just for the record, for anybody who's, I'm going to use the word slow. This is called sarcasm. But they are back. They've got themselves into a decent position. Imagine if they, like, released a video saying how it was all planned. Blow my mind. I wouldn't believe them. Close range position for Cyclone. Could net him a kill or two, but I don't think the T's will be pushing through that smoke. It doesn't really make any sense. And actually, in terms of their positioning, they've got a great chance to actually sort of rotate yourself around the back. Get themselves through arch side and push onto this B side. However, there's 3 players here. Nice cell crossfire can be had. They won't spot the player actually boosted up at the moment. Cell rate will be able to get one. Still pushing into the blender of players, which is this CT defense. Dink will come in as well. Onto Frozen, leaving him low on HP, but now they realize the positions of these players. They can pick them apart one by one. Leave it. All on Tabasso. I am from Great Britain. England. I live just outside of London. I like it here. Maybe not so much the weather. But the rest of it's nice. Basso. Basically just hoping that somebody pushes into his crosshairs, but the thing is, or crosshair, he doesn't have two. The thing is, it's going to be very difficult for that to happen because they've already cleared out all of CT. So for them to run down Banana doesn't make much sense. Questone, what? Have like eXtatus just got like a list of things that they've got to check off? Yeah, it's been boiling, but that doesn't help me. I'm inside. Thank you, Mert. I appreciate it. You're from Chelmsford. My cousin actually lives there, or lives very near to there, so I have been there before. Cell rate. Pushing down. But it will just be the reckoning. Nothing that this CT side can do. In this situation, they've just got to save. And it's going to be a hard one as well. You never want to be saving in a round that's going to take the opponent to 14. You want to fight this back. There's going to be something in your mind that just wants to hold on to this. But they can't. They've got to sit back. They've got to play that mental game. They need to keep themselves with a better buy in the next round. It's not going to be particularly good either. It's probably just going to be this with some UMPs. Maybe a pistol or two for extra utility. But it's going to be bad. eXtatus looking strong to take this one over the line, especially considering that they didn't do particularly well on their CT side. Yes, they got 8 rounds, but towards the end, it was all clutches. They even threw away a round in the middle here, where they ran out of time. But they're still looking very strong on the T side overall. Yeah, I don't think, being from the UK, I would be in a position either. Like, you being a Swede to make fun of people from Denmark, it's understandable. Swedish CS is like the Mac Daddy. Like, you sort of made everything look beautiful and then other people stole it. For me, UK CS, need I say more? Don't worry, Smooth is going to be our saviour. He will bring us to the promised land. NATO with the boost. The AWP is gone within a matter of seconds. Cell rate is trying to make his way through the smoke, but just almost puts his head in a little box for them to shoot off. Frozen. Lovely headshot through the smoke as well. He's stepped up in this second half. Having some crucial rounds for his team. 14-8, turning 15-8. I think this is... It has to be said that we've seen Team123 like not play this map very much. And it is sort of understandable that if you do not play a map like a lot, you don't have your strategy, you don't have the sort of setups done properly, or at least to a decent standard, it's very easy for the T's to exploit them in just aggressive plays. And that seems to be the problem that they're having. Trying to take banana control has not worked out for them throughout this game. A lot of the time we saw very basic things done by their CT side, just sort of deep smokes, Molotovs. Astralis do a nice little strategy where they have a smoke with sort of Molotovs just sort of behind it so that then people can't actually push through. And even when Basso can get a double kill in this situation, they're still going to deny him any sort of save. It will leave NATO with a little bit of extra money. And the rest of the team sort of struggling. And I have to say, I am a lover of tactical pauses. Like, I'm a big fan of it. However, at 15-8, I feel like you've left it a little bit late. Thoughts on Freiburg leaving? Something needed to change in NIP, but it's a big shame because Freiburg is a legend of Counter-Strike. It can't be said any other way. If you disagree, you're wrong. And I do think it opens up many windows, though. He could join another team. There's rumors of teams like Godsend, which I don't know if that will happen. But also, if he becomes an analyst, I'm just saying, that would be awesome. Like, that would be absolutely... Imagine Freiburg and Fifth Laren on a desk. I would never stop watching that. Ever. Double nade. That's nice, though. The start to the round catches Zedco very, very low. Trying, again, to fight for this banana control has been a struggle for them so far in this game. Thank you, Bozza. I appreciate it. Latvian CS. I think all the sort of Baltic CS is moving forward. I'm looking forward to seeing more from it. I saw Flaric playing with Prosto or Pro 100, depending how you pronounce it, and they actually were really impressive. I didn't expect them to get anywhere near as far as they did, so looking forward to seeing what he can do. And hopefully it'll open up more windows for other players. Cellrate, able to help his team at least get a decent crossfire. The trade, however, working out to bring the T's back to, well, a more even scenario, though Zedco's still the player who was tagged early in this round. 35 seconds left. Time beginning to tick down. Again, they've just ground to a halt. Completely still. Waiting for somebody to make a mistake on the CT side, but at the moment it doesn't look like they're budging. They've left Rezex on the other side of the map, so there's a lot for these CT players to still do. Cyclone in the corner is great for denying the bomb plan as well, but Zedco's going to make things very difficult. They're not going to check the angle properly, though. Cyclone, there's 10 seconds. He just has to try and stay alive as long as possible for his teammate to rotate in, but they're going to take him down with 6 seconds to spare. More than enough to plant the bomb. But that's a little bit too close. Rezex already tagged down that nade, knocking 45 HP off his total. He's looking to try and save his team in this situation. Zedco just hiding behind the box at the moment as the bomb starts to tick away faster and faster, and Zedco to finish. eXtatus with a masterclass over on that T side will be able to close out